Pod Me If You Can is brought to you by The Glove by Australian author David Farrell. Head to facebook.com/theglovebook for more information.
Welcome to Pod Me If You Can. I'm David Farrell. Today's film is Hollywood and Wine from 2011. It stars Chris Kattan, Nikki Whelan, David Spade, and Pamela Anderson.
Pardon Me If You Can. Movie reviews.
Diane Blaine, Nikki Whelan, has the face of a movie star. Unfortunately, fallen star tabloid queen Jamie Stevens, also played by Nikki Whelan, makes it impossible for her to get an acting gig in Hollywood, because she reminds everyone of Jamie. Co-worker and boyfriend Jack Sanders, played by Chris Kattan, doesn't help matters. While trying to prove himself to Diane, he gambles and finds himself in debt with mob types. Jack's only way out? Convince Diane to give the performance of her life, be Jamie, and wipe out the debt, having one meal with the mob boss, played by Chaz Palminteri. Well, I hated this movie, and I found it laughless and unfun. This is an unbelievable concept, too. If Nikki Whelan's character looks so much like a big movie star, wouldn't you be putting her in your movies? Wouldn't you cast her in these bit parts to prove that although she also looks like this beautiful movie star, she's also got acting talent? Or she's the non-trainwreck version? There's an actor in Hollywood, and he was in Prometheus, and he looks so much like Tom Hardy. I'm sure that works in his favour. He was the older brother Trey in The OC. If she looks so much like this famous movie star as well, wouldn't people be mistaking her for this movie star everywhere she went? Wouldn't she be noticed in public and stopped in the streets? This never happens. Diane's character is also obsessed with Jamie. She knows everything about her, but when the time comes for her to impersonate Jamie for this dinner, she has to wear an earpiece and get fed information from Chris Kattan's character so that she can name even one movie that Jamie was in. Pretty much the main relationship you want to root for in this film feels very odd. It feels flawed, and Chris Kattan is the problem. When Nikki Whelan's character meets Chris Kattan's character Jack, he's dressed as a reindeer, inexplicably. And I feel like it was just so that the DVD case could have this kooky image, or maybe somebody purchased this dumb reindeer hat and thought, we'll put that in a movie. He basically plays an insecure man-child for the entirety of the movie. There's a scene where, to show how cool he is, he's playing at a children's play centre. He's absolutely punching above his weight with Nikki Whelan, and he requests a little nookie time with her, which sounds so stupid and juvenile. He lives with his mum, even though we never see her, and his best friend defines him as bland and boring. So why do we like him? The movie features slapstick visual gags like spraying whipped cream implying that he is ejaculating, wearing a stupid chef's hat and cooking for her, showing him tossing his salad. This is the kind of stupid Three Stooges-esque screwball comedy where when a gun doesn't fire, you look down the barrel of it. Pamela Anderson and David Spade play a brief scene at the beginning to introduce the off-the-rails movie star, also played by Nikki Whelan, and it is a cameo at best. Chaz Palminteri plays a villain, and the restaurant owner who shoots someone just to tell everyone he means business. Credible enough in a small role here. Now, Jeremy London is incredibly disappointing in this role. He plays a French guy moving in on Chris Kattan's girl, and he cannot convincingly play a Frenchman at all. This is easily the worst acting of the film. They could have made him Canadian or any accent he could have done, but it comes off very badly. There are dumb jokes that don't pay off. There's a director in the film who has a back and forth with himself in the style of Gollum from Lord of the Rings. It's just kind of a dumb, hacky little joke. There's an awful Crocodile Dundee reference, where his That's Not a Knife character is called Foster's Lager. In one scene they visit the set of a porno already in progress, and the film hasn't been really raunchy up until this point. It's just been little implications, low-level sexual references, if you will. This is full-on nudity, and I really felt like it was just so they could get that sticker on the box that said nudity. Kevin Farley, who's the brother of the late Chris Farley, is involved in this, and there's a slight SNL connection. Norm Macdonald has a subplot where he tries to recruit her for pornography reasons. and he plays it so deadpan. He commits to his lines so well. He's easily the best part of this mess, but he's such a weird character. 2 quick points. They fire guns non-stop in LA. Nobody shows up, no police, no one ever gets called. In the credits, Chris Kattan and Nicky Whelan are credited as each other's stand-ins. Did they forget to credit the actual stand-ins, or did they stand in for each other to do these shots? The film is absolutely not funny for a comedy, laughless, and I feel worse for having watched it. Chris Kattan is not a leading man, and the reason you won't have heard of this film is it's not memorable at all. You'll feel more ripped off after having watched it. I actually worry for my future self that I might ever pick up this DVD and ever watch it again. So I don't want to ever do that. I don't want there to be a risk of ever doing that ever again.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Check out our podcast at www.podmeyifyoucan.com.